Cool, guys. Dave, good to be back home. Looking forward to first home game of the season in the fourth week.
Yeah, no, it's good to be home. Nice to see the sunshine. So yeah,
How was today in terms of training after the rest day yesterday?
yeah. Look, I came back yesterday, so the boys came in a little bit later this morning. Just give them a bit of extra recovery. We haven't been on the field yet, so they've just been doing massages and in the gym. Had one or two meetings, so yeah, we'll slowly get going this afternoon.
All right. Zassi, good to see your family again after a while. How was your little girl?
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, obviously good to see them and just get a hug. But yeah, also good to sleep in your own bed for once.
Yeah, for sure. But obviously, big challenge against Munster this weekend. Uh, Looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah, Munster is a quality side, So yeah, they had a big game this weekend against Leinster, so we know what we're up against. So big game for us at home.
All right, cool. As I can see, Nathan's got his hand up already. Nathan, you can fire away.
Thank you very much, Mike. Good day, gentlemen. I'll start with you, Dawie. Dawie, are there any injury updates, players coming in and out for this weekend?
No, we no new players coming in, and there's no injuries from the tour, so which is a good thing.
Sure, sure. Zassi, I just want to take you back. Do you remember what happened 10 years ago to the West Bromwich, or let me say Stormers franchise? I mean, do you remember what happened in 2014?
2014. No.
Okay. I'll take it back. So there's obviously you guys won the Currie Cup in 2014. The class of 2014 will be having a reunion on Friday, and then they'll be supporting you guys for the Munster game on Saturday. But how special is that in terms of support from the players who you guys wear proudly on your jerseys? Will be supporting you against Munster.
Yeah, I think 2014 I was still playing under 21, under 19, I think. So for me, yeah, it will be obviously incredible. Some of the guys were your heroes and you looked up to them, and now they're coming out and to what you play. And I think it's a huge responsibility, but it's also an honor to represent this jersey. And hopefully on Saturday we can make them proud.
Davey, I know you obviously weren't at the Force versus what Response 15 game, but from the feedback you got from the coaches, I mean, can you give us your review of that fixture between the Force and the Response 15?
Yeah, look, we got the footage, so we had a look at the game. So there was a few players there. Sorry, actually, you asked about injury. So sure, I think he's played his game coming back from injury. So yeah, I think at the end they got the result. But yeah, it was I think it was a pleasing performance. Also, vital game time for a lot of our players.
Last one for me. Can you just obviously, guys, you spoke about footage now. I want to take it back to the Edinburgh game. I mean, what's your guys' analysis or review of that game? Yes, a lot of things happened with officiating, but we'll try not speak about it. But I mean, your view overall, what happened in that game, Davi?
Ach, look, we had it. Yeah, we actually looked at it this morning. So there was a few soft moments from our side, So, and that back 20 minutes of the game, we started chasing, and we were actually our own worst enemy. Just trying to create opportunities, and we actually fell into a bit of a trap there. Gave Edinburgh some 22-meter entries, and which is tough to stop. They quality side once they get into your 22, and they convert it well in that space. Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Thanks, Nathan. Nice one. Stephen is next. Yes, Stephen.
Thank you very much, Mikey. Darby, just in terms of what you've just said, would that be your sort of summation of what went wrong? Is falling into chase mode, or is there anything else that you sort of feel that you guys could have done better, or gave rise to
Yeah, look,
to losing the game?
yeah, I think maybe started again, like I said, we had a look at this morning. Started the game quite poorly in terms of one or two things out of system. They got 5 penalties in a row against us. They scored points. We made a mistake on a line out, which then they capitalized again. So it was almost 14 points before 20 minutes. Got ourselves back into it, the back end of that first half, and like you said, we started to become a little bit desperate, made a few mistakes, and yeah, that was just a bit uncharacteristic of what we spoke about in the week and what we wanted to do.
Have you gained any clarity? Dobbo was a little bit upset afterwards, and with some of the refereeing calls. I know One can't say too much about the referees, but have you gained some clarity on some of the calls? I mean, for example, that one of, I think it was Zassi that scored in the second half, it was disallowed. And then, yeah, and I think the one of Damien was also, it seems pretty, very borderline almost, any clarity on some of the things that went down there, Dawie?
Yeah, I think, Stephen, the first thing we'll have to look at is ourselves, So, there's going to be tight calls. Some days it goes for you, some days it doesn't. I don't think he got it wrong. The JD one, his knee was on the ground, so it's just an unfortunate thing that if the timing was probably a little bit better, you just go score try and you're within 2 points with the margin. So, but there was more mistakes we made in the game, which I felt was in our control. So we can't blame anyone else but ourselves.
Having said that, it does come down to you guys having been over the line basically 4 times. If I think those two, I think of Dave that was held up also. It's difficult to say Angelo knocked the ball on in goal because it was very difficult, the way it bounced and so on. But I mean, you guys were kind of over the line 4 times. So should we maybe take a mature view of the scoreline, rather than there being a little bit of panic out there?
Yeah, look, if you look at the scoreline, it does look really, it doesn't look good, and we're also not proud of the scoreline at the end, So, and I think it's like I said, it's a combination of us taking our opportunities, scoring points, and which Edinburgh did really well. They were very efficient, close to our line, and they got their points. But like I said, we are creating opportunities, and it's the 3rd game of the season, so it's still early days. So we'll just keep building on those ones.
And how do you think it went with the decision with at 10 with Damien and Yuri? And is it possible that Yuri could come back? I mean, or how did you feel Damien went?
Yeah, look, Damien, we didn't really get a lot of opportunities to kick a goal. The one he had, he slotted nicely. So, I think Damien made 1 or 2 mistakes, but as a fly in controlling the game, he did a good job. It will be harsh to sort of look at his performance in terms of the amount of possession we had. We didn't have a lot of ball, So, but yeah, we'll have a look at it and decide on the team a bit later.
And if I think looking back at the competition, again, this is probably one of those things that could be circumstance than anything else. But I don't think you guys have beaten Munster. So is there sort of specifically something that makes them a tough opponent?
No, I think it's well, definitely we won't live in the past. I think we had our opportunities once we played them before to win those games. So I think one thing they will come with is confidence. They'll have confidence playing here in Cape Town because they have performed here really well. So and it's a nice challenge for us.
Zassi, how are you guys feeling as players? There was the concern last year that once the pressure is really on a team to win, then you kind of lose your fizz almost, and you become more reluctant to take risks and so on. But how are you guys as players feeling? I mean, is that buzz still there and the desire to play exciting rugby without fear?
I think we were here before, like the last 2 seasons. We came back and obviously we lost 4 games and then we only got 1 win the second season. But credit to the coaches, even though it didn't go our way, we know why, and they don't take our freedom away from us. And so we know what to work on, and I think that's always a good thing. It's in our system, in our control. So only we can change that if we want to. But we stick to our guns and we're gonna do what we do.
Dawie gave also mentioned the soft moments now, and I think there were some uncharacteristic things, maybe of you guys giving possession away and so on. I mean, looking back as a player, what would you put down as the reason for it, and how important is it that you fix it this weekend?
I think personally we can't go in and blame it on something specific, but that's why we had these reviews this morning and to know where we went wrong. But I think it's a big part of everything we're trying to do, and as that Dawie said, it's only the third game in the season, and I think we just need to have patience. It's gonna come. Yeah, as I said, we've been here before, and once the ball starts to stick for us, we'll be there again.
And just your general thoughts on the challenge this weekend, Zassi, just Munster.
Yeah, I think I played against Munster 5 times and didn't win yet. But also, I think the guys it's much more calm. I don't think we live in the past anymore. Like what happened, and we're just focusing on Saturday. And obviously it was a tough loss against Edinburgh, but I felt like some of the things needed to happen to get us up for this game.
Cool. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, Stephen.
Thanks, Steve.
Francois is the next with his hand up. Francois.
Thanks, Mike. Dawie, Double mentioned over the weekend that you'll only get I think France and Mani probably back for next week's game against Glasgow. Is that the case with Salman as well?
Yeah, so Man is actually, yeah, he's not available next week. He will be available at the end. You know, he had a small procedure, so yeah, he's got a small injury.
Okay, and then also just on that Munster challenge, if you can look back on those previous games that you played against, I think last year's loss at their field was a close one. If you can just look back at what makes them such a tough side to beat after beating all the other Irish teams, but not getting that scalp yet.
Yeah, look, they're a very efficient side, you know, and yeah, they've got some world-class players in a lot of positions. So, yeah, good set piece, good running game, good defense, you know. So, yeah, it is a tough team to break down, you know. And like I said, we have come close. I mean, going to Thorman Park, yeah, they played with all the internationals. We had a few Springboks missing, so and we came close, you know. So, but I felt every time we played against them, we learned a bit, and yeah, I think they've got ideas how they can break us down. But that's going to be a nice challenge, and you want to be part of those big games. You know, you want to be challenged with a quality team like Munster, and yeah, excited for it.
And then Zassi, just I don't know if he's part of the Munster squad, but Takir, a former Sharks player and a Cape Town boy, looking forward to the challenge of going up against him over the weekend.
Yeah, hopefully he will play, or even if he doesn't, you know, Munster have a lot of quality players. So whoever is gonna play, like I need to make sure that I'm good for myself and I'm in the best shape that I can be for Saturday, and I'm prepared for whatever's coming.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thanks, Francois. Herman is next.
Sorry, guys. I actually just wanted to ask about Damien at fly off, and is it true that obviously Marnie's only back for the next match? I just wanted to get clarity on that.
Okay, yeah. So Marnie's only back next weekend.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all the others I wanted to ask already been asked, so thanks.
Lekker. Leeton.
Hi, Mikey. Thank you very much. Hi, Dawie. Hi, Leolin. Hoop het gaan goed. Dawie, ek weet dit is seker nie heeltemal jou afdeling nie. But maybe have you guys as a coaching staff chatted to about the two games and the scrums that didn't really go your way, and have you maybe called in or are you planning to call in maybe a ref or two from Europe to kind of show you the picture that you guys are maybe not showing to European refs when you tour? Because I think it's mostly when you are over there that the scrums are a bit of a concern for you guys, but at home you do get the reward on your scrum that you want to.
That was us the question. So look, yeah, I mean, it's I don't think we scrummed well that last 30 minutes against Edinburgh. You know, so quite disappointed in that part. But yeah, we do all our analysis in terms of what we're facing on a weekend. And I mean, Shimi and Brocky's on top of it, and Rito's on top of it, you know. So we can only control what we can control, you know. So yeah, but we strive to be really good in that area. So yeah, hopefully we can get it right this weekend.
And then just on the attack, are you guys sometimes a bit? Do you feel that you guys are sometimes a bit too don't want to say impatient, but the guys see the gap, but maybe a second or third truck up would create more space. Do you feel that's something that could help further on if it's if you see it as something that they could do?
Yeah, look, I think we're an ambitious side. You know, we want to play a certain style of rugby and get guys like Zassi and those guys in space and give them one-on-one opportunities. You know, so but like I said, to get the balance right, you know, when to pull the trigger and when to keep the ball alive, or rather, you know, just try and go forward for the team is important. You know, so and we made some of those mistakes this weekend, but I think we were sort of in a mindset of trying to turn the game. And probably didn't look at other ways to do it, you know. So I think that would be definitely a learning from that last 20 minutes against Edinburgh, where we probably can find different ways to try and get momentum.
And then just on these two games, it's the defending champions next weekend and then former champions. Just what was the talk with the coaches on what you want to get out of it, but also how you want to approach it, seeing that you are going to play in front of your home fans, and they sometimes are a fickle bunch when it comes to the Stormers and the kind of rugby they play.
Look, they were definitely facing two quality sides, you know. But I mean, this week's a short turnaround, you know, so we got 2 days to prepare. But I still think at this part of the season, a lot of the focus will be on ourselves, you know, make sure that we get our stuff right. You know, obviously Munster will have plans and Glasgow will have certain plans against us. We have played both of those teams a few times, so we know what to expect. But yeah, I don't think we'll change a lot. Just make sure that we execute one or two things from our side better, which we didn't do well on tour here and there. So yeah, I think it's more focus on ourselves and make sure we play to our full potential.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leeton. Right, we end with Gavin Rich. Yes, Gavin.
How's it, Michael? How's it, guys? It's quite funny you should talk about an end, because that's actually what I wanted to ask Dawie. There was a few questions I was going to ask you, actually, Dawie, which have already been asked. But I just wanted to clarify, because you said that Salman's going to be back at the end. I just want to clarity on what you mean by the end, not the end of the season, surely.
November.
Okay, cool.
So I'm not sure if he's available for the Springbok interview tour. I'm not. Okay. But he's not available for the next 2 games. Sorry, Gavin.
Okay, so he's back. So he's back in December. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's what I want to know. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Cool, guys. Thanks so much for your time. All the best with the rest of the training day. We'll catch you later in the week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Cheers.